Is everybody broke yet? Listen up. If you're not broke yet, you're fixing to be. Come to my attention, nobody got no money left. People run out of their savings and whatnot. So, I'm going to tell you what's happened in my lifetime. We'll start with, say, the 80s. You were told, at least my father was told, I guess that would be the 70s, that you would get a pension. All you had to do was put 30 years in. They called it 30 and out. Well, by the time we got to the 80s, the 30 and out thing had outed, all right. The pension was gone. Lawyers pretty much got a lot of that because of private equity and the way that they would merge corporations. And once the corporations were merged, then they would straddle one with debt, and they would harvest the other one for all of the money they could. Now, when retirees got to retirement age, they would be told, "Yeah, that pension, yeah, that's insoluble." So much for 30 and out. That was my father. Myself, the pensions rare, and it was, hey, we'll put money in the 401k, which now I'm starting to think that what they're doing there is you put the money in the 401k, then anytime they need money, we're like an ATM, they crash the market, take the money, and hit the bricks, and on to the next thing. So, millionaires and billionaires. Can we cut the millionaires a little slack? I mean, 999 million. You hit a 999 million. I mean, damn, can't we say you won? And I don't know, give you a fucking golden sucker or something? But billionaires? Give me a fucking break. These guys, should they exist? That's a dumb question. Yeah, they should not exist. No, they shouldn't exist. Oh my god. I think everybody's waking up to this fact. The guys over there with the pitchforks are not enemies with the guys with the torches. Or put it another way, the blue hairs with the Bible and the blue hair liberals, yeah, you're all on the same side. So we got broke and not broke, haves and have-nots. And it's going to get worse. I am glad to see that people have woke up to a civil war is kind of stupid. We're going to thin ourselves out to go up against the billionaire oligarchs. Now, here's what else has happened through all this time. Obviously, younger people won't know this, but you're working for a minimum wage that's not a whole lot higher than what me and my generation worked for. And everything else has went up. I mean, I get it. You kids, and I don't want to call you kids, some of you are 30, 40 years old. I'm not that much older. You're working your ass off. The wages haven't went up. Everything else has went up. And then you have the pressure of you got to take care of the family. You got to pay all the bills. That's stressful as hell. You can't work enough hours in the day to accumulate wealth to even think about buying anything that would be considered an investment, whether it be in the stock market through the pump and dump schemes that they run, or buy a house, property. But if you can't put enough hours in a day, you can't accumulate wealth. And that's one of the problems that we have, among many others. For example, it's probably obvious that their record profits is the fruits of our labor. That's something I did notice as I was going through the employment, was every time annual, every year you get a raise. It wasn't a lot, but then all of a sudden I noticed that you didn't get the raise no more. It was, we need to put that money towards your insurance. Your insurance went up, so you're just going to have to bypass on that raise. And again, but we'll get record profits at the end of the year. always interesting how that works. Um, Somewhere in the 70s, things split. Obviously, I'm repeating myself, but productivity, corporate wages, corporate income, our wages, at that's them. This is us. This is the pitchforks and got it? Torches and the pitchforks. So, we can refer to this as bosses and workers, or we can haves or have-nots. Um, Figure it out. I'm sure you know without me having to tell you which one you're in. For example, if gas prices don't bother you or you don't even notice, you're probably not pumping your own gas. If grocery prices don't bother you or you don't notice, you're probably not purchasing your own groceries. So, yeah, there's plenty of people like that, and they could be millionaires, billionaires. Seriously, what do they actually do? Who actually makes this all the machinery run? Now, again, billionaires. Let's talk about our taxes. And I do mean our taxes. They don't want to pay tax. We all know that. None of us want to pay tax. But what they've done is they have managed to get us to pay their taxes. And if you don't understand how or why, I'm going to try to elaborate and explain what I believe happens. We get stuck, for example, with the bills to maintain the roads. Next time you're going down the road, look how much commerce is rolling down the road. So we're taking care of, our taxes are taking care of the roads to protect their merchandise, commerce, move it. We pay for the taxes on the police department. Are they going to show up at your house when you're getting robbed, or are they going to go to Walmart and protect their, what do they call it there, loss prevention? Anyways, you know, push comes to shove, they're going to go protect the corporation, not the citizen. We pay for that. Again, they're benefiting, we pay. So not only do they not want to pay on the wealth that they extract from all of us by not sharing, they get out of paying these things. Now, let's keep going on that. Now they've got different cities, states that will compete to give them money. Tax breaks. Let's give you a tax break so you'll bring that here. Great. But there goes more tax dollars. So now our taxes will go up in that community, and I got more coming. But anyways, yes, our taxes will go up. Let's just go ahead and go ahead. So then once they move their product, whatever you want it could be, they'll come in, they'll set it up, and let's say they destroy the environment. They go bankrupt. Then it gets declared a Superfund site, and Superfund sites are funded by us to clean up the fucking mess that they made, that we gave them a tax break to come and put in. Use our highways. You see where this is going? Yeah, they need to be paying taxes, that's for damn sure. And I do know a way that we could get some taxes. They could pay us 5 times more, and our taxes would go up, and they'd have taxes. This is quite the mess, guys. Like I said, it's probably going to get worse. So, I'm going to try to reflect again on history. Back in the 70s, I can remember Mom. It was an optional thing. She may want to be home, she may not. I mean, I was young, yeah, but we weren't hurting for money at all, period. You know, new vehicles, stuff like that, new house. That was a 79. And everything was fine except for if Mom worked, that was because we wanted extra money for a vacation or something like to that effect. And then the 80s came along, and a lot of moms, dads, both had to work. And that's where you get the latchkey kids. That's where that comes from, because both mom and dad were working, because it was more mandatory, and that was just to maintain this lifestyle that you had been accustomed to. Moving on, we'll go to the 90s. 90s, it was mandatory. No matter what, both are working. If you have a child and can afford it, you're lucky. Um, I was a single parent at that particular time, and it was driving me nuts. I was working just to pay for childcare. It was the most insane part of my life. Anyways, and so now that we've gotten to the 90s and everything's gotten real expensive, and people, everybody got to work, you know, you might even have to be the teenager in the house that's working to help support so that you don't lose your house. All of a sudden, look at this, look at this. Walmart becomes mandatory. You can't even afford to shop anywhere but Walmart by 2000. So what do? Well, they do everything that a corporation does. They extract wealth. They extract wealth. They extract wealth. They'll go into the community and help you out, save you money. But then that money that they saved you goes to China and Bentonville, Arkansas, which, by the way, they got a great museum there, the Walton family. Bentonville. There you go, Waltons. Don't want you guys to go broke. Museum's free. So you got that. Another way that they'll extract wealth from your community is DoorDash. I'm sure you can think of others. Uber. Well, we have taxi services which could have done the same thing, but yeah, you might have saved some money, but the money that you saved and the convenience that you got allowed for the income and wealth that would have been stayed in the community to go Silicon Valley, whoever decided to come up with that. It's always seems to be that they're able to insert themselves, and the product they're selling is really nothing. It looks like it's a great product for you, but it's extracting from you. I know we pay for things, but when you're extracting it out of your community, it don't help the community. You know, one of the things I've always found amazing is where billionaires will convince millionaires that the problem to their being billionaires, or the wall that holds them back from being the billionaires that they are, is the person that's poorer than them. And it seems like that trickles down, down, down. And it's one thing is quit punching down. You'll find out that you're actually punching down on somebody that's in the same basket as you. Okay? Again, pitchforks, torches, we're all on the same side. It is haves, have nots, rich, poor, and trust me, there's millionaires that are poor, okay? We work, well, a lot of us will work a lifetime to get to $1,000,000 to retire, and hopefully we don't get sick and end up losing that $1,000,000, or we work our entire lifetime to hand that over to healthcare. I'm not going to go into healthcare right now because that's a whole another topic, isn't it? But here's another way they extract wealth. Wealth is extracted again through this person that managed to put themselves between you and your doctor. What is their product exactly? United Healthcare. What product do they actually sell? I mean, like this. It's a product. I one pick the prescription up. I can see that there's a bottle, there's a label, there's pills in there. What the fuck does United Healthcare sell? What is their product? Like I said, healthcare's another day. So I think I need to wrap this up here. I know you're all broke. I think you can finally see that you got duped. Ain't no thing. I say that easy, and that's a whole nother one too. But remember this, if nothing else, remember this. When we fight, they win. When we argue, they get rich. When we stay distracted, they manage to extract more wealth from us. Quit being distracted. Worry about, don't, I hate even saying about, not what about. Not what about, what about, what about, what about Bible. No, no. What about right now and what about tomorrow? Okay? It's time to fight. Do something. Well, there's plenty you can do. First thing you got to do is shut this screen off. Look for something. Search on the internet. What do I got here? Mobilize USA. You can find it. You can find somewhere to protest every weekend. Take the time. You might have to take that paid day off or not paid day off and go out and protest. Just let's say we'll use Black Lives Matter. You may have a different view of that, but you go, you protest with them because you might have an issue later where your kid has leukemia and you need awareness and you need them to march with you. We're all in this shit together and ain't no one coming to save us. So shut off the screen. Think for yourself. That's number one. Money, yes. Money, if that's all you got, because you're working so much to pay your bills, you probably don't have money. But if you can find the extra time, protest, volunteer, help, a community garden. There's a bunch of other ideas, and I'm sure you can find some if you look and try hard enough. I appreciate your time. This is your pal Al from Illinois, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're gonna pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.